While we love where there are crowds, we never like the crowd in the graveyard. Welcome to section 3 of chapter 20 of the Holy Quran. Section 3 begins with sign 55, ayah 55, verse 55. They mean the same thing. Namshi. Minha halaknakum wa fiha nu'idukum wa minha nukhrijukum taratan ukhra. From meat, minha, into brackets, from meat, into brackets, the earth. The earth is not mentioned precisely, but it was mentioned in the previous verse or verses. From meat, into brackets, the earth, did we create you? Did we create you? Minha halaknakum wa fiha nu'idukum. And into it shall we return you. Wa fiha nu'idukum. Wa minha nahrijukum taratan ukhra. And from it shall we bring you out once again. Taratan ukhra, once again. Nahrijukum, bring you out. Comment to 2579. The verse ought really to go into the last section. The, the verse, that's this verse that I've just read, ought really to go into the last section. Which is the last section? How many sections are there? The last section. I think the last section is section 8. So it should have gone to section 8. This verse. That is all comment. That's all of the commentary for it. Let's go to sign 56. Walakat araynahu ayatina kullaha fakazaba wa aba. And we showed Pharaoh. Pharaoh is not there in the Arab side. They say, Walakat araynahu, we showed him, but here Pharaoh is there. The same thing. We showed Pharaoh all our signs. Araynahu, walakat araynahu ayatna kullaha, all our signs. Kullaha. Fakazaba wa aba. But he did reject and refuse. It's like the verse that says, that said, Isjidu li Adama. Fasajidu illa iblisa. Aba. Aba, refuse. But he did reject and refuse. Note 2580. Note 2580. This is a sort of general introduction to the confrontation between Moses and Pharaoh. Full stop. The signs are not only the countering of the fraudulent magic of Egypt with real miracles, but the subsequent plagues, into bracket, not mentioned here, but the subsequent plagues, into bracket, not mentioned here. I suppose in the Bible they are enumerated. But the subsequent plagues and the crossing of the Red Sea by Israel. That's the commentary 2580 to sign 56. We are now going to sign 57. Kala ajiktina letahrijna min ardina bisirika ya Musa Pharaoh asking, I think he's mellowing down. Hmm? I think he's mellowing down. Somebody who is so fearful that Pharaoh, Moses, and Aaron had to pray before approaching him. He's now talking with Musa, Moses as equals, as co-equals. Mhm. Like Kala, Ajectina, Litorijina, Min Ardina, Besirika ya Musa. He said, Hast thou come to drive us out of our land with thy magic, O Musa? That's coming to 2581 to sign 57. We go to sign 58. What does Pharaoh say? Falana falana tiyanaka besiru mitlihi. Falana tiyanaka besiru misrihi. But we can surely produce magic to match thine. Thine is all English, to match thine. فاجعل بيننا وبينك موعدا. So make a tryst, موعدا, between us and thee. بيننا وبينك, make a tryst between us and thee. Mhm. بيننا وبينك موعدا, a tryst. لا نحلفه لا نحلفه نحن ولا أنت مكانا سوى, which we shall not fail, we shall not fail. لا نحلفه, which we shall not fail, which we shall not fail to keep. Either we nor thou, nano wala anta. Either we nor thou, nano wala anta. Makanan suwa, in a place where both shall have even chances. Makanan suwa, an even place. Comment to 2582. 2582. Comment to 2582. Suwa, that's even space, where they will have equal opportunities and equal failures if there should be any. Suwa, literally equal, comma, even, full stop. It's been contrasted to mean one, a place equally distant for both sides, or central place, or two, equally convenient to both sides, or three, an open level plain where the people can collect with ease, not necessarily in a packed place where people have to struggle to enter or come out in case there is some pandemonium. Okay, full stop. All these are possible meanings, but the one I have adopted is more comprehensive and includes the others, namely four, a place where both sides shall have even chances, into double inverted commas, a fair place. As Palmer laconically translates it. As Palmer laconically translates it. I think Palmer is a writer. Viewers, you may know something about Palmer more than I do. And that was sign 2582. No, that was note 2582 to sign 58. We're now going to sign 59. Kala Musa. Kala Musa. Idukum yoma zinat. Idukum yoma zinate. وأن 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 يحشر الناس duha وأن يحشر الناس duha. قال موسى إيدكم يوم الزينة. Moses said, your tryst. Yes, I said sorry. Kala, sorry, I'm sorry. I read it wrongly. Kala موعدكم. I was making it Musa, but I'm wrong. I didn't look at it well. So Kala موعدكم, your tryst. Your trees, idukum, your trees, yoma zinati. Your trees is the day of the festival. There is commentary against it. Yoma, yomu, zinati, yomu azi, natin, yomu azinatin. Wa an yuhruju an nasa duha. The day of festival, and let the people be assembled when the sun is well up in the daytime, not in the night or towards evening when night will be disturbing them, when night will set in to spoil the show. Let me call it the show, or to spoil the challenge, if you like. Commentary 2583. That's against festival. Yom Zinat. A great day of a temple festival, when the temples and streets were decorated and people were on holiday, free from work, full stop. Moses makes this appointment in order to collect as large a number as possible. For his first duty is to preach the truth. Full stop. And he apparently did it with some effect, with some Egyptians, into brackets 20, 70, 72, 70 to 76. We're getting there. We shall get there. Though the Pharaoh and his high and mighty officers rejected the truth and afterwards paid the penalty. Afterwards paid the penalty. And afterwards paid the penalty. And that was commentary 2583 to sign 59. We're now going to sign 60. فتولى فرعون فجمع كيده ثم أتى. So Pharaoh withdrew. Tawalla. He concerted his plan. فجمع كيده. He concerted his plan. ثم أتى. And then came back. The back is in brackets. So he's beginning to fear Moses. Then came back. 2584. Pharaoh was apparently taken aback at Moses' appointing a solemn day of public festivals, when there will be a large concourse, and there will be sure to be some people not in the court clique who might be critical of Pharaoh's own sorcerers. Concourse is spelled Concourse. Concourse. First duty is to preach the truth. Yes, that's where we are. And he apparently did it with some effect, with some Egyptians, into brackets, Psalm 20, Psalm 70, 72 to 76. Though the Pharaoh and his high and mighty officers rejected the truth and afterwards paid the. Oh, I've done it. I'm going to that. I'm reading something I've done already. So Pharaoh withdrew and considered his plan. It's rather, I'm supposed to have read 2584. And this is it. 2584. Pharaoh was apparently taken aback at Moses' appointing a solemn day of public festivals, of public festival, when there would be a large concourse and there would be sure to be some people not in the court clique, comma, who might who might be critical of Pharaoh's own sorcerers, full stop. But probably there was something more in their dark counsels, comma, something unfair and wicked, comma, to which Pharaoh refers in his speech in the next verse. I think the next verse, I think Pharaoh warns them. Mm. Okay, and let's go. So let's go to the next verse, and that will be verse sign, ayah 61. Mm. Moses is rather given, more or less given a warning here. Mm. Kala lahum, kala lahum Musa, ويلكم لا تفتروا على الله كذبا فيسحتكم بعذاب فيسحتكم فيسحتكم بعذاب. Moses said to them, Kala Musa lahum, woe to you, ويلكم ويلكم. He said to him, ويلكم, woe unto you, لا تفتروا على الله كذبا. Forge not ye a lie against God. كذبا, lie. فيسحتكم بعذاب, lest he destroy you, into brackets, at once, utterly, by chastisement, بعذاب, by chastisement, بعذاب, by chastisement. وقد خاب من افترى. Moses warns them further by saying, the forger must suffer failure. وقد خاب من افترى, the forger, haba, suffer. Suffer a failure. Suffer a failure, harbor. That was going to 2585 to sign 61. We're now going to sign 62. I think the warning of Musa actually was something difficult for them to understand. It put fear in them. Let's see. فتنازعوا أمرهم بينهم وتنازعوا أمرهم بينهم. So they disputed one with another over their affair. فتنازعوا أمرهم, over their affair. بينهم, between them. وسروا النجوى over their affair, but they kept their talk secret. and Najwa, they kept their talk secret. 2586. Before then, 2585. I don't think we did it. Mhm. Okay, let's go to 2585. Even if you've done it, there's no harm in repeating it. Moses had some idea of their trickery and deceit. They would plan, no, they would palm off, PALM, they would palm off their fraudulent magic as coming from God, or from their gods, exclamation mark. He warns them that their tricks will stand exposed and their hopes will be defeated. So you see, Moses had been emboldened by God. Well, I don't know where Aaron was. I believe Aaron was by him at this time. Mm. I believe Aaron was by him. Hopes will be defeated. So we now go to 2586. That was signed. That was commentary to Psalm 61. Now we go to commentary to Psalm 62, which we just read, or which we read earlier. 2586. They knew that they had here a deal with no ordinary man, but a man with powers above what they could conceive of. That's Pharaoh and his people. But evil always thinks evil. Judging Moses and Aaron by their own standards, they thought that these two were also tricksters, mm, with some tricks superior to their own. Of course, because he didn't believe in God. Mm. He didn't believe in God, but he, he believed in himself as being God. Tricks superior to their own, full stop. All they had to do was to stand together, and they must win. I construe 22:63 to 64. We will get there soon. I construe chapter 22, Psalm 63 to 64 to be private talk among themselves, followed by their open challenge to Moses in Psalm 65. That's of this very chapter 22. Well, we go to the next sign, which is Psalm 63, which we've talked about already. 63 to 64. 63 onwards, pardon me. Uh, قالوا إن هذان لساحران يريدان أن يخرجكم من أرضكم بسحرهما. Let me take it again. قالوا إن هذان لساحران يريدان أن يخرجاكم من أرضكم بسحرهما. They are referring to the two people, Moses and Aaron. They said these two are certainly in brackets expert in brackets, or are certainly expert magicians. Their object is to drive you out from your land with their magic and to do away with your most cherished way. With your cherished way. I think we stopped as magic. Ardikum biserima. Wayes haba bitari wayes haba bitari kakuma wayes haba bitari katikum wayes haba bitari katikum al-mutla wayes haba bitari katikum al-mutla. with their magic and do away with your most cherished way. Mm, with your most cherished way. Tarikatukum, tarikatukum al-mutla, cherished way. Commentary 2587. 2587. Uh, 2587. Compare 22:104. Compare chapter 22, sign 1. Yes, compare 20, chapter 22, sign 104. No, is it 20? It's rather 20. Compare chapter 20, sign 104. We haven't gotten there yet. Your most cherished institutions, i.e., your ancestral and time honored religion and magic. Mutla is being explained here now. Mutla, feminine of Amthal. Feminine of Amthal. Most distinguished. Amthal, most distinguished, honored, cherished. These are the various meaning of Mutla or Amthal, the masculine form of it. So Mutla means most cherished, honored. Sorry, most Mutla means most distinguished, honored, and cherished. Full stop. Then Tarika. Tarika equals a way of life, institutions, conduct. Tarika means a way of life, institutions, conduct. Tarika. Tukuma. Tarika Tukuma. Oh, where is it? Yes, Isaba Bitari Katikum. Bitari Katikum, yeah. Bitari Katikum. Here it's not two people, but the whole of the gathering there. Uh, if it were the two of them, Moses and Aaron, it would have been Tari Katikuma. But here, Tari Katikum, the whole gathering. Mm. Uh, 25, that's what's commentary. We now go to the commentary 2587. 104. Oh, we've done it. Yeah, that's why we just finished. Now we go to the next sign, which is sign 64. Mm. فاجمعوا كيدكم ثم ائتوا صفا. فاجمعوا كيدكم ثم ائتوا صفا. Therefore, concert your plan. Keidakum, your plan. Keidakum, your plan. And then assembly in serried ranks. Tumma it tumma itukum, tumma itu, tumma itu, tumma itu safan, tumma itu safan. Safan means ranks, series, brackets, ranks, or in brackets, series, serried, serrie, in series. Then assembly in serried ranks. Safan. وقد أفلح اليوم من استعلى. وقد أفلح اليوم من استعلى. He said, all sorry. He wins, sorry, Lakat. He wins. Aflaha, he wins. Into brackets, all along. He wins all along today, Al-Yoma. Who gains the upper hand? Man is Ta'ala. So the one who gains the upper hand today wins. That's Pharaoh talking. 2588. Presumably, Pharaoh was in this secret conference. Presumably, Pharaoh was in this secret conference. He promises He promises the most lavish rewards to the magicians if they overcome Pharaoh's Moses. He promised the most lavish rewards to the Egyptians, to the magicians, if they overcome Pharaoh. See chapter 7, 114. Full stop. That, then fresh sentence. That, dash, that, then dash, that. But I think more than that, dash again, that, dash, but I think more than that, dash is implied. So that is the commentator speculating. Mm, is implied, full stop. That day was to be the crisis, colon. If they won, then they would win all they would win all along. And Moses and his people would be crushed. Yes, that's if Pharaoh won, they would win all along. And Moses and his people would be crushed. That was note 2588 to sign 64. We now go to sign 65. We now go to sign 65. Um, they said, Ya Musa, Imma and Tulki, Imma and Tulki, wa Imma an nakuna awalan man alka. Kalu ya Musa, Imma and Tulki, wa Imma nakuna awalan man alka. They said, O Moses, whether wilt thou that whether wilt thou that thou through first in brackets, through first, or that we be the first to throw, wa imma an nakuna awalan man alka, or that we be the first to throw. I think Moses will tell them to throw first. Moses said, let me see. Kala bal alku, Kala bal alku. He said, who said? Moses said, nay, bal, throw ye first. Alku. فإذا هبا لهم فإذا هبا لهم وإيسيهم فإذا هبا لهم وإيسيهم يخيل إليهم يخيل إليه من سرهم أنها تسعى. He said, nay, throw ye first. Moses said, nay, throw ye first. Then behold, their roofs and their rods. فَإِذَا هِبَالُهُمْ their roofs وَإِسِيُّهُمْ and their rods إِسِيُّهُمْ يُخَيْلُ إِلَيْهِ مِنْ سِرِهُمْ أَنَّهَا تَسْعَى. And their rods, so it seems to him, يُخَيْلُ يخيل إليهم من سرهم يخيل عليهم. So it seems to him. يخيل إليهم. It seems to him on account of their magic. من سرهم, and then dash began to be in lively motion. Annaha tas'a. So their rod began to move like a snake. It seemed to Moses, that's magic. But magic, it will look to your eyes as this, and it is not that. Okay. Commentary 258. 9. 2589. Their bag of tricks was so clever that it imposed upon all beholders. Full stop. Their ropes and their rods. Ibalahum wa isihum. Their ropes and their rods were thrown and seemed to move about like snakes. Their ropes and their rods were thrown, and seemed to move about like snakes. Full stop. So realistic was the effect that even Moses felt the least bit of doubt in his own mind. Full stop. He, of course, had no tricks, and he relied entirely on God. That was commentary 2589 to Psalm 66. We now go to Psalm 67. فأوجس في نفسه خيفة موسى فأوجس في نفسه خيفة موسى. So Moses conceived to his mind a fear. It's a sort of fear. Sort of is in brackets. So Moses conceived in his mind a sort of fear. 2590. The concerted attack of evil is sometimes so well contrived from all points that falsehood appears and is acclaimed as the truth. The believer of truth is isolated. The believer of truth is isolated, and a sort of moral dizziness creeps over his mind. Full stop. But by God's grace, faith asserts itself, gives him confidence. Faith asserts itself, gives him confidence, and points out the specific truth which will dissipate and destroy the teeming brood of falsehood. The teeming, T-E-E-M-I-G, teeming brood, B-R-O-O-D, of falsehood. And that was commentary 2590 to Psalm 67. We now go to Psalm 68, which doesn't have any commentary. قلنا لا تخف. قلنا لا تخف. We said, God said, we said, God said, we said, fear not, لا تخف. إنك أنت الأعلى, إنك أنت الأعلى, إنك أنت الأعلى. For thou hast indeed the upper hand. إنك أنت الأعلى. For thou hast indeed the upper hand. This is God telling Moses. Don't be afraid. Whether Pharaoh and his party heard it or not, I don't know. But I presume they wouldn't, because it was a discourse between God and Pharaoh only. And God can make them not to hear a word of it. Okay. Anyway, maybe we have better learned or more learned people who can see that, whether Pharaoh heard it or not, whether Pharaoh and his group heard it or not. فقلنا لا تخف إنك أنت الأعلى. No comment to read. No note to read. Alki ما في يمينك. Alki ما في يمينك. Throw What is in thy right hand? Yeminika, right hand. Shaminika, left hand. Uh, Alki, Mafi, Yeminika. Tulkaf, sorry, Talkaf. Talkaf, ma sana u. Hmm? Alki, Mafi, Yeminika. Talkaf, ma sana u. Throw that which is in thy right hand. Quickly will it swallow what quickly will it swallow up that which they have faked. Masana, what they have faked. Mm. Uh, uh, Kedu, Sahirun. Mm. Masana, what they have faked. It is but a magician's trick. Mm. Kedu Sahirun is what they have shown you is only a magician's trick. Keidu, Sahirun. Wala tuflihu, Sahiru, Heitu, Heitu Ata, Heitu Ata, uh, the magician's trick. And the magic succeeds not, and the magician succeeds not. Mm. Wala tuflihu, succeeds not, as Sahiru magician. Heitu Ata, succeeds not. Commentary 2591. 2591. The meaning may either one, the meaning may either that the meaning may be either sorry, the meaning may be either one, that falsehood and trickery may have their day, but they cannot win everywhere. Pardon me. But they cannot win everywhere, especially in the presence of truth. Or two, that trickery and magic must come to an evil end. The miracle of God never comes to an evil end. It always comes with blessings. Okay, and that's coming to 2591 to sign 69. We now go to the next sign, 70. Mm. How many signs have we left? Sign 70. Mm. Okay, I think we'll stop at sign 70. Let's do that and then pause till another time. Mm. Succeed not. Uh, فألقي فألقي السحرة سجدا. فألقي السحرة سجدا. So when Moses threw it, what follows? The magicians were thrown down in prostration. فألقي السحرة فألقي السحرة سجدا, thrown down in prostration. قالوا آمنا بالرب هارون وموسى. قالوا آمنا بالرب هارون وموسى. We believe in the Lord of Aaron and Moses. To the surprise of Pharaoh, we will see the reaction of Pharaoh when we come back, God willing. So the magicians were thrown to prostration. They said, we believe in the Lord of Aaron and Moses. Commentary 2592. 2592, it says, compare this passage with chapter 7, 120 to 126, and the notes therein. Mhm. Maybe, maybe we can quickly read the sign, but leave out the notes. Sign, chapter 7, 120. Chapter 7, 120. Chapter 7, 120. Let's go to the English section. The, but the sorceress fell down prostrate in adoration. So it's the same thing. We'll leave out the notes. But the sorceress fell down in prostration. Mm. And that is what is reflected here. Compare the passage uh, with chapter 7, Science 120 to 126, and the notes therein. And that was sign 2592. No, that was note 2592 to sign 17. I think we halt here. When we come back, we shall go to sign 71, God willing. Thank you very much. Ilalekai. Bye bye. May God be with you all, and may God have mercy on us all, and may we continue to ask for his forgiveness.